Now, it is a waiting game for President Cyril Ramaphosa's cabinet announcement, with South Africans wondering who will be put in charge of key government portfolios. Our reporter Ziniko Mhlaba has been engaging some South Africans to get their views on the structure of the 7th administration. In fact, he joins us live from Centurion in Tshwane. And Ziniko, good afternoon. It's good to see you. We've been saying for some time, and many other media houses have been reporting it as well, that the announcement is quote-unquote imminent, but the fact of the matter is we have very little information about exactly when the cabinet announcement will be made.
That's right, Michelle. Actually, that little information is not even, coming through as we would expect to come through, or with more clarity in terms of, well, as we are being delayed, what is it that is the matter as far as the negotiations are continuing, or when are we likely to get, that much anticipated cabinet announcement, so that people can be able to know when exactly they can know who will be leading them under the 7th administration, which will be led by President Ramaphosa. Well, in terms of what people are saying on the ground, well, people have been raising, bread and butter issues in terms of challenges they are faced with. Earlier on in Randburg, people are talking about the very same issue my colleague Veronica has been talking about, the issues of water. In Centurion, people are still facing their own challenges, but when it comes to those people we call hustlers, in an informal languages, people are trying to make means in legal way, but outside their work jobs, their daily jobs, they are also frustrated, saying that, when it comes to the leadership and youth representation in parliament, they feel like their voices are not being represented fairly enough. And of course, with me now is Richard, who's one of those young people who's hustling. Richard who's trying to make his means, but also has very, vocal opinions about what needs to happen going forward. Richard, danking waname, kubaurishwetsa mancheka mucha. Wa haslela wa iphandela unagana ka ntwana etsa galang gore a re tsebe gore bo minister ke bo mang, but also ba cha ko parliamenteng unagana ka setup e re ko yona no.
Yeah, but what I'm thinking is yes, we can give them a bit time, but what I'm asking myself is how long? Because there's a lot of people evaluating about to fate. Or ke chaka go parlamenteng ba robetse a re tsebe gore ba theleditse ke senari butsantsona. But now as you say o butsisa gore na re tshwantse re ba fena go ekangkang le nna I'm still asking myself for how long. But what I'm sure about is it's better if o tsene ba tshaka mola bro o tsene ba tshara bona gore na ba ta bereka bjang because batho ba le ba khale ba la ba re thusi ka next ho ka lebelela nowadays ne iseng ga re votile re feditse iseng ga le load shedding ya thoma. Nna se ke iputsa tsona ke gore na di 350 tse ba fang batjha or whoever ba mo fang tsona di 350 tseo ba ba fela eng, because why ba sa tse yona that 350 o ba tsamaye bo patela dikoloto tseo ka fela tsone ba dikolotang. There's one example that I can give it to you. There's another guy long back ne ke sa hola brayaga ba re nona le motho mo na utswa 5 cents on each person o nana le na banka da money a ke tsebore ne le trillionaire or ne le eng, but nana le chelete da man. So my question is mo wena 5 cents it's na ka mara 350. How many people are they giving that 350? It's a lot. And then 5 cents it's na ba ka mara 350. So nakiri aba patele dikoloto tseo, and then ba created this pan brag for bacha, and then who berekiwo be nice because 350 ba romela bana ba rena go di nyaopeng ba ya di drugs bana ba rena, and then a una ntwe irala o re ke tsa mo strategy nyaope fela, and then a una ra bana di phone tsa gore net fela ba gone bona di mandate tsa 350A.
So go ba jwetsa gore go nagana gore ba tla gona go solve the problems tsena what's mentioning right now, because right now as usual gore batho ba go parliament ba ke batho ba bagolo, so nagana gore ba tla una le difference ba ka itsang go parliament.
Yes, only if bagaba mix. Na ke hola ne ba re star sa mosotho ke legoa, and which is true. O ba parna ne ba bereka kana go apartheid braga ne ba tswa ka mo ba tsena ka mo ba bereka, but nowadays it's not like that. O ka kitima ka CV ya mengwaga mola age 37 38 ba botsa re you are old enough, mara lebela go parliament rona batho ba le ba tsofetsiwa sa bona ka boroko ba no dila ba pontse so wa bona re bya. And then what I'm saying is wa bona he minister of finance e ka ba legoa ko home affairs ya ba legoa a go botse story braya ntwe ya matswantle ba tsena ka o rata ka mo e ka se iragale that day
Danke, Richmond.
Hey, tada brak.
Danke, Brian. Michelle, that's Richard there. A hustler on the streets of Centurion, just giving us his take, but briefly saying that he believes that we need more young people in parliament, saying that age is catching up with the current or the previous leaders who are representing young people and also the citizens in parliament, but also raising factors such as, well, people used to work before 1994, but also saying that it's very difficult for people to get work now, especially if you're over the age of 35, saying that was not the case under the apartheid regime. So those are some of the sentiments and views of South Africans on this matter as we continue waiting for the president to announce his cabinet. But we've also heard from youth structures such as the ANC Youth League last week saying that they want fair representation, in cabinet, saying that time, is now for them to take up those responsibilities so that they can champion the needs of young people. So we'll see when the president finally announces his cabinet, whether, we will see a youth representation in cabinet or will continue, with what we've been seeing over the past 30 years in terms of having the majority of members of parliament being the ages of 50, an issue which young people have been complaining about, whether they've done enough then to represent themselves or to champion other interests of young people is another matter for another day. So we continue waiting, Michelle, for that cabinet announcement.